in biology in high school, we learned that you can tell whether two things are the same species if they're able to mate and have offspring. They're also capable of mating and having offspring. So then those two things are the same species. And I remember, I think one of the examples were birds on some island. Are they the same species as some birds on some other island? And you know, that was like the rule of thumb for animals though, right? Because bacteria, they don't, their reproduction is not tied in with sexual recombination. They just clone themselves. And so that that rule doesn't apply at all to bacteria. So they have to look at a lot of other kinds of things. And also a little bit of a side note is that there, for human beings, of course we're Homo sapiens, but there have been other species of human-like things. And in the news we've heard about Neanderthals and some other group, and I'm not any expert on, you know, on microbiology, so I'm not a real expert on all of that. But I don't know if you have been hearing that some people have Neanderthal genes in them, and some other genes from other human-like things. And yet we put them into different species and sometimes a whole different genus. But of course, today we couldn't have decided are they the same species or not, because they're not here to see if we can have children that then also can reproduce. But the fact that we have genes from these other ancestors, or whatever you want to call them, makes me wonder that maybe they're the same species that they were the same species that we are, that maybe that we're not different species from them. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as time goes along if the taxonomists decide to rename them all to be, you know, Homo sapiens and maybe subspecies something or other. But anyhow, I digress from microbes. Now, within a species, so let's talk about your dog. How many of you guys have a dog? Okay, not as many people as I thought would have a dog. I thought almost everyone had a dog. How many have cats? Okay, less cats than dogs. Okay, so the scientific name for the dog is Canis familiaris. And let's see, do we have, and I'm going to spell, so I'm going to misspell everyone's dog's breed. But can anyone tell me what kind of a dog they've got? What is it called? Okay, we don't write it up here? In fact, if you have a dog and you want to write your dog's breed on up here, so dog people, come on up here and write your dog's breed up here. I'm not really a dog expert. I used to talk like common dogs like Labrador or something. So we need lots of dog